for JH and Circle videos so much. I love the way how I make them, I love the batshit insanity, I love the randomness, and I especially love the crazy edits, and not to mention all of your contribution by embracing the randomness. Thank you so much! But I'm only here to talk about the segments in between all that. What do I mean by that though? Are, the little tiny bits in between the crazy edits, technical thoughts, and all that stuff. And I just thought, hey, those are getting a little bit overlooked and, give them an air. Personally, I think those are the highlights themselves too. So to celebrate that, we're doing the top 10 best segments, in my eyes, of the JH and Circle videos. Whoa, look at this! Isn't that beautiful? So, I shot this unboxing segment for the December 2022 video, as when I found out, Lily unboxed her Book of the Secret Santa DVD. So I decided, you know what, maybe I'll do a similar thing. So that's where this sketch comes in. And what's that supposed to be? Oh, it's shower gel. Now, you don't have to believe me when I say, but in the sketch itself, I unboxed this either like a child or like a bloody maniac. You know the feeling in which you unwrap something on Christmas Day and you find out it's something like this and you feel really disappointed? I feel like this sketch kinda captures that pretty easily. I've been cheated the whole freaking time! Ah! Now, speaking of the project itself, I've only used this recently, like a few minutes ago, and it smells really good. But I've not used the shower gel yet, and I've yet to use it soon, so there's that. But as for the sketch itself, there are other bits I love. I also love some of the details in the sketch, from how I drop the whole thing down the stairs, how I dangerously use a knife to open the whole thing, how a few things slip off and I don't even notice, and especially this bit where I just hit something with a broom. The only way I can summarize the whole feeling with this is that you wait for something on Christmas Day, like the best gift you'd ever wanted, you receive it thinking it is said gift, you open it and you're so disappointed, you want to destroy the living hell out of it. Oh my god, this is such a good sketch. Oh, and the interaction with Jacob Blackman afterwards is also really great. Whoa! The only reason why I'm leaving this part of the segment off the list is because I feel like it's entirely a different one, so hopefully that should be fair enough. As now on the JH, a quick look at Marvel City with new Marvel show. After someone turns up the Granada music. The video I did for May 24th, 2020 is, wow, it's 4 years old already? Damn. But yeah, it might just be the most iconic 10 minutes the JH has ever done. Are you out of your freaking mind? No? I knew it was you, Sergeant Dummy. Yeah, this sketch is one of the reasons why this video is just chef's kiss, pure gold. Like, it's not just because of the Sergeant Dummy interactions with Jacob, or the "you're we fired" quote I said so fiercely to him. Sergeant Dummy, I have something to tell you. You're we fired! Oh, and did we thought Sergeant Dummy getting "we fired" once again was the end of that sketch? It actually gets even better. And now the JH new Marble show.
I built my marble one.
Sure, Jake's marbles is kinda cringe, but is also really significant. But I just love my reaction to it. The fact that that was my only reaction and that I was slowly headbanging on a bucket of marbles, that image will forever be stuck in my head in the best way possible. Like, I'm replicating it. I'm replicating it. Yeah, like, don't you just think this is a priceless image whenever you see your older, like, your younger self or whatnot? Because whenever I see Jake's marbles, I think, oh no! It's image as cringe as Marble One videos. But also, wait, he kickstarted everything, so, the very image of my 17-year-old self just banging his head down a bucket of marbles will permanently be stuck in my head for the rest of my life. Chef's kiss, I love it. Oh yeah! Guess what happens after that? But apparently some random dude is just attempting to mess up the JH and turning it into the dummy channel. This dummy will now be escorted out of the building and will never be allowed to be aired on TV again. So whenever you see Sergeant Dummy like hijack a TV station you might be doing, keep both eyes on him. He could do the same. But besides that, chef's kiss. Perfect sketch. The exact same spot I stood on. Before I give you the following scenario, this was from my recent video from the Circle era, more specifically the April one. So you may be wondering, what's the context? Well, let's just say the Blackburn Roundup began, Polly's panel got cancelled, and all of the episodes got deleted. I only archived a few, so I thought, hey, wait, if I only have like a few of them remaining on the Internet Archive, then what's the point? Just take them off Circle. I feel this marks a new era, as the Blackburn Roundup is about to take its spot on Saturday. So the only thing in mind when making this sketch was, since I was the co-host and the show's main sole loser, all I just wanted to do was just pay as much tribute to the show as possible. So all I just did was a recreation of that one can scene, albeit with a box, because I don't have a can or anything, and please, whatever you guys do not try this at home. Circle is about to enter a new era of television now, as I'm about to become a sole loser once again. Yeah, I was saying all this not just because I want to keep being the sole loser I am on a few future projects, but also because I just want to motivate everyone. Just because something's over, you don't have to be sad about it. You can always just move on to the next big thing. I may be buzzed 1,000 times. I may be rejected a few dozen times. But that's not gonna stop me. I am one trait in this whole panel show industry. I may have done it in only Paula's panel, but now it's time to move on to the Blackburn Roundup. But there's just one thing that makes the segment age like old milk. Paula's panel returned. Yeah, sometime after the April and May videos of the Circle era, Michael decided, hey, why not just bring back Paula's panel for Series 5? And therefore, I became the sole loser again. So why is this segment in the top 10 list? Well, there's the thing. It aged like old milk and fine wine. So what do I mean by the whole fine wine thing? Well, the Blackburn Roundup is still going, and I can still be the sole loser in Paula's panel. All it just takes is a little motivation, and boom, you'll get somewhere. That's why I love this sketch so much. It's like I'm trying to teach you that, hey, just because something's over, that doesn't mean you have to quit. Hey, I'm always going to be the sole loser, and thanks to Paula's panel, I still am today. So, Michael, if you watch this, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Boy, now that was an intense game. I love it. Just like how I love this sketch. I mean, come on, it's your usual classic Sergeant Dummy takes over JH shtick, which is always a good thing. And in that case, I just love my reactions to Sergeant Dummy, as well as Sergeant Dummy being so oblivious to everything. It's pretty priceless. Let's just pretend he's very happy. You think I would be happy when you literally attempt to invade the JH and add an unscheduled show to the schedule? And don't you just love it when someone just shows up uninvited to interrupt your channel just to air some program that is not meant to be on the schedule for the half-hour slot? Because that's not the only time he does it. Oh, and I love the part where he just takes the glasses. And now the JH, Jacob's glasses get stolen! Wait, what? What are you doing? And again, the reaction I give, like, during one of the items, is really priceless. And now, Jacob's favorite anime was Lord and Savior, Pingu! What? Pingu is a Pokemon chosen to shake a pain! Everything just continues so smoothly as if nothing happened. Classic JH, everyone! Just like this classic example of Sergeant Dummy taking over. It's brilliant. Hello, you may be wondering, how are we doing late night programming if it's still bright outside? Now, if I'm gonna be honest, I just came up with that idea right on the spot. So I was working on this circle video and I was like, you know what, we need another Sergeant Dummy takeover segment. So we have our final program for tonight and it's gonna be the Dummy Channel!
It's Monster Channel, yeah.
Hang on, Xavier. So of course I had to do one live on the stream. So I literally came up with this whole improvised thing and I just thought, you know what? Why not just beat Sergeant Dummy to Larry? Okay, Sergeant Dummy, have fun! Okay, so while Sergeant Dummy is getting eaten by the dog rather brutally and off screen, we're gonna announce our final program for tonight. Now, the reason why this is also in the top 10 list is for one simple reason. I just love Sergeant Dummy screaming, it's brilliant. I've never heard of. So if you hear Sergeant Dummy screaming, that means no one else is going to take over Dummy Channel, therefore not taking over Circle. The fact that Sergeant Dummy is so committed to taking over Circle with his channel, the fact that he just unwillingly gives the dog a tweet without saying a single word or response to Jacob in that very sketch, and not to mention the high-pitched screams, the fact that I'm just standing there announcing stuff on Circle without giving a shit as if nothing's happening. Do you mind giving this to the dog? Okay, now Sergeant Dummy, stop playing with the dog and come help us on Circle. All of this is it's just comedy gold right there. Like, it's comedy gold. And the brief responses from Tech and Xavier are just cherries on top of a sundae. It's a beautiful sketch. It's just so funny. But, Danny, what do you think?
So this sketch was definitely something. It was actually a pretty funny sketch. I like how you built this into the video, and also, I don't know why, but a part of me loves Sergeant Dummy being. I don't know why he was screaming, but it was very funny. So yeah.
So basically, to sum up the whole sketch, I can just simplify it with one word: funny. Oh, especially the ending. Stay tuned for the Dummy Channel number. Oh yeah, channel. Today on Circle, we're gonna do I don't know, what do you want to do? I'm out of ideas. I will probably be the first one to admit that this sketch is a lot slower than the others, but I think it's for a good reason, because the more it goes on, it actually gets so much better.
They are making the live action movie.
So? Okay, firstly, Danny's facial expressions, they're just really funny. And secondly, my and Tommy's argument on live action remakes. Now, some may call it funny, some may call it drawn out, but personally, I think it's funny and also pretty interesting. A live action remake of a live. Let me get this straight. A live action remake of a live action movie that has Shelley Duvall and Robin Williams. Rest in peace, by the way.
Duvall.
Now, quick real talk, because I know this is a top 10 list and all, but I want to talk about why this is actually on the list today. You see, just because something gets a live action remake, that doesn't mean we have to judge it. What's the saying? Never judge a book by its cover, because who knows? A Popeye remake could actually have some potential. But at the same time, I can also see where the other side is coming from. So basically, it's like Tommy saying that he doesn't want a Popeye remake, and I'm saying it could be okay. I just think it's a very interesting topic that doesn't really get, much attention. So, are you saying there's something wrong with a live action remake of a live action film?
What are you talking about?
You literally mentioned a Popeye live action remake of a film that's already live action. Not only is it that interesting with the topic it discusses, but I also think the sketch actually does have its funny moments. But hey, point is, if you want to see two of us debating about a live action remake of anything, then we got Tommy and myself doing it for a good 5 minutes. Oh, do I also need to mention the editing of the sketch being pretty decent too?
You just spoke too soon, like 1 and 2.
And fudge you!
Missed.
Okay, there's one more thing I'll admit. For the love of God, do not remake Back to the Future!
Good evening. Welcome to this brief news report.
So, Jacob Blackburn and I had this brilliant idea, and we thought, hey, why not just let the CBBS blobs take over on the JH? So we just thought, you know what? Sure, let's go for it. And oh my god, I know this is over like 2 or so videos of the JH, but we had a blast doing that.
Or they all destroy us and change to our schedule or jump. Get out of here.
In fact, quick true story. When I was a young boy, like practically a little toddler, and I used to watch CBeebies, this was item called the bedtime hour, in which the blobs are like on the moon. One of them just jumps up like that, and they're back on the moon. Like back then, that used to scare the hell out of me. Like that used to scare me so much. So to actually think of letting them take over JH and do these crazy edits I did, I just thought that'd be comedy God's potential. So yeah, apparently it's one.
Get out. Right. Get out.
It's like one of the actually glory days of the JH when we were just having fun with doing whatever we felt like, and that news report wasn't the only thing. That was another one. Apparently the CBS Bros have been taking over the JH and also BB and the Cave and JBC. Wait, there's a little announcement going on. Oh. Attention! Please know that all CBS Bros will be taking over all JH transmitters and will most likely destroy them. Thank you. What? Do I also need to mention some of the reactions that Jay and I both do in that bit? Like, I gotta say, I think it's pretty good. Oh, and speaking of Jay, guess who's here?
Hi!
So, Jacob, what are your thoughts on the whole CBB stuff?
Well, for some, it might seem like strange and overly random, but then again, isn't that what the JH is all about?
Yeah, exactly. Like, the thing is that the whole CBB thing is supposed to be bizarre, and yet I just think it works amazingly well like that.
Hey, Mox. Say hello to my
I think I vaguely remember the night I filmed that.
Oh, definitely. I definitely remember editing it too, like that shotgun sound effect. I edited that in. I made it sound like you were in another room. I edited that. Like, basically, we had a blast both filming and editing that back then. Like, oh my god, it was so much fun.
Yeah, I think there was one bit I remember. I remember some of my lines as well, actually. I still remember some of the lines.
Yeah, and that's for me. I literally just made up the whole thing as we went along too. I just made everything up.
Same.
Oh my god. If we could do another one for Circle eventually, that would be so funny.
Oh yeah, and it'll probably be a lot better as well because I've got better at acting all the time. Naturally.
And best of all, I even got this keyboard back for editing as well, so I can just do crazy edits again. So,
Yay.
yeah, you guys see why the CBB stuff is in the top 4 of this list? I just think it's really funny. I love it so much.
No, we can't let that.
You're right! We gotta get rid of them! Now, where are they?
I think it's probably one of the best ones we've done, I think. Just because it's like, it gives me a chance to show my badass side, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's what else I love about it. I'm like, oh no, what do we do? What do we do? And then you're like, let's get him.
Hasta la vista. Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend.
Oh
I
yeah,
tried
those
to
countless film
reference
references. Yes.
Say to my little friend.
Okay. Point is, easily one of the best segments you've ever done. Number 4. Here we are, the top 3. Now, before we give out the bronze medal, I'm gonna give you guys a quick hint. We are gonna propose a toast to a new era. Guessed it yet? Oh, by the way, this is apple juice. Tonight will be the last ever time the JH Circle and the Aya channel will be signing off the app. So, before we go into things I dislike, how did we get from the JH to Circle exactly? Well, on Discord one time, I think Jay and I had a discussion with channel names, and Jay was considering a rename to, the JBC and all that. And I just felt the JH just didn't make sense all of a sudden. Like, for myself, it just doesn't feel right. And since we had JH Circle, I've decided to change it to Circle. Now, what do I think of the name Circle? Well, I think it's a better name than the JH, as iconic as that is, because the JH is iconic, but it doesn't sound like a channel name, whereas Circle does. So, what did I do with the other channels? We're going to be rebranding everything into one single place. We just felt the JH sounds a bit too... So we just thought, hey, why not just give it a new style, a new kind of variety, vice versa. So, why is this number 3? Like, why is it considered gold tier in your eyes? I think it's a very important time for the JH. Like, we're moving from one era to another. I just think it's very important. And to give out a more hopeful message that things will stay the same despite a rebrand, I just wanted to reassure people that everything's going to be okay despite the change. Sure, people are going to miss the JH name, but it doesn't mean everything's going to be like, going away permanently. And besides, remember the saying, don't be sad, it's over, be happy it happened? That's how I feel about the JH when going into Circle. You get a nice old glass of ice cold milk. You get a new glass, and you fill it up with the coldest water in the tri-state area. Now, to those who don't really get it, allow me to explain real quick. All I just wanted to do was give Origins members who watched the JH videos a very hopeful message that it's time for a good old change with, a circle of entertainment. Plus, I wanted to give it a funny little spin, something a bit more unusual for a TV channel. Because nowadays, most channels just play it safe. They play an ad or a song, and that's it. Off the air. But no, I just wanted to make people feel happy that the JH is finally changing for the better. That's all I just wanted to do. And honestly, that's why this final announcement just feels so special to me and for JH. It's time to move on. What the hell am I talking about? This is like the most cheesiest thing I've ever said in my life. What I was meant to say was that we will be changing the JH Circle and the Oh Yeah channel into one single thing. Yeah, I think I made the right decision. Before we do though, our final program. Even I knew this would be in the top 3. Even I knew. And I bet this is what you clicked on the video just to see. This one as number 1. But here's the catch. Here's the catch. If you want to know what it is, look up at the fan and play this in your head. You thought this would be number 1, did you? You thought this would be number 1, did you? You know what? I don't think I even care anymore. I don't even care that the Grenada music is playing on a one channel. I mean, come on now. Who doesn't know ice cold milk? It's ice, it's cold, and most importantly, it's milk that even he has supplied. And not to mention, it's one of the greatest and most prominent running gags on the whole channel. I mean, why do you think I use ice cold milk when I go cuckoo crazy? I just think it's hilarious. And need I mention his debut with that video? So you know what, Sergeant, if you're watching this, you're 5 number JH. I'm going to take a break because I'm going so crazy right now. And good night, everyone. As an overrunning gag is a masterpiece, as its own thing is a masterpiece, inside its own debut video, it's a masterpiece. And speaking of said debut video, that was the same one that the Jake's Marbles thing came in. In case that video wasn't iconic and amazing enough, we got ice cold milk to top it all off, and the rest was history. Point is, I bloody love ice cold milk so much. It gives me the chance to be batshit insane, cuckoo crazy, and I don't know, I just want to keep the joke going. It's short, simple, icy cold, and straight to the point. If you forget getting the milkman, we got ice cold milk. And I think I'm just gonna... You'll find out later. And if you thought I'm the only one who has thoughts on ice cold milk, why, we have another guest for that. So Lillian, what do you think of ice cold milk?
The ice cold milk bit from the May 24th close down was freaking iconic. Words cannot describe how famous this gotten. Like when it debuted, there were like remixes and everything. Like people started doing their own versions and stuff like that. It was freaking crazy. That's for sure. The debut video and the gag as a whole, that never gets old. I'm telling you, that never gets old.
Yeah, I think that sums it up best. Thanks, Lillian. And please don't forget your turn your TV set up. Good night. Wait, I thought I fired you. And before we get to the golden spot, it's time for the Honourable Mentions. Oh, and keep in mind, these are for entries that couldn't fit on the list but I still love nonetheless, technical difficulties and crazy edits, as well as full videos. Here we go. Starting things off is a dishonourable mention on the 7th November video. Just me sounding upset and worn out after an apparent argument before filming just isn't that funny. Now for the good stuff. The JH analog sound-off is a neat farewell and the montage at the end fits very perfectly. The Rich sponsor is also amusing. The entirety of the Christmas 2022 video, from the constant alley messages to the guests contributing, and the crazy edits to a load of great segments as well as the news, the Lily and Jacob show, and a lot more, I couldn't include it. It would honestly fill the entire list. The August 13th video. The whole thing is a beautiful gossamer of crazy edits, pure randomness, and more of Sergeant Dummy being an absolute dipstick. The pen hijack. I just love the editing here, and how I managed to play it on the TV, I have no idea, but I love it. Might have been a DVD. And finally, every Dummy channel takeover gag. A classic setup that I've always had fun doing, along with Sergeant Dummy himself, never giving up on his ways to hijack for J-H, no matter the payoff. It's a commonly used yet really entertaining gag with loads of comedic scenarios, wacky situations, and with one of the most iconic characters in J-Carve history. And the number one best segment from the J-H and Circle video is... Okay, here's the thing. It was actually a really difficult choice. It was either that or the Ice Cold Milk debut. A few hints though. Both are iconic. Both began a certain running gag on my channel, and one of them has a very iconic character I just mentioned. In fact, I just mentioned it in the Honourable Mentions section. Any guesses? Because you got 2 seconds. Wallet. And now, a quick look at the... Oh no you don't! I'm taking over this channel! Okay. If you're gonna question why Ice Cold Milk should have been number 1, please hear me out. Because I have a few reasons why I actually prefer the first Dummy Channel takeover over that. First reason, it's one of the funniest segments I've ever seen. Wait, by closing do you mean shut it down, not actually sign up for air for once? Shut it down! What? That's because we replaced it with the Dummy Channel! I'm sorry. It's just Sergeant Dummy being so excited yet oblivious that he's taking over. Oof Cub's what reaction? Not to mention me questioning everything, Sergeant Dummy naming everything, and all the other stuff. It's just comedy gold in my eyes. But what a show! The show focused around what? That sounds like the most boring concert I've ever... Yeah, and also, it's gonna be perfect! Couldn't go back to it, it's another show! The voice acting's perfect, the music's really catchy and also perfect, the descriptions Sergeant Dummy gives are perfect, the personality here really shines through. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but as iconic as Ice Cold Milk is, just about everything in this segment shines through so amazingly. And just Oof Cub's reactions alone make this entire experience priceless. Once again, chef's kiss. It's like you enter a gold mine and just see someone taking over along with a freaked out individual. It's just... I swear, it's just, this segment is a comedic masterpiece. Get Eric in 5 seconds! Double what? Oh, and just take a look at the slide we get at the end. This has been an announcement from the Dummy Channel. See you soon! Seriously, you can't get any more random than that. Oh, and just when you thought it was over, guess what? It continues. And now we shall switch over to the Dummy Channel. Triple what? Hold on, stop reacting for a second. What's the meaning of all this? So you may be wondering, what is his motivation exactly? Like, why is Sergeant Dummy suddenly taking over JH to open the Dummy Channel? Well... But you drank too much water? The comedy, the witty lines, the constant overreactions from Oof Cub and myself, Sergeant Dummy being oblivious, a quick cameo from Buddy and Tiny, basically everything. It's like a wedding cake filled with laughing gas. And honestly, not only is it one of my favourite Dummy Channel segments, but it's also my favourite segment of the JH because of said comedy and because of what it caused. It actually began the Dummy Channel gag, something I'm actually proud of, and honestly, out of all the older JH videos, this is one of the fewest segments I'll never regret. That's because we replaced it with the Dummy Channel! Are you sure that's how it works? Of course it is! So there you have it. That was the top 10 segments from the JH and Circle. And if you want to let me know what your favorite segment is, or which segment you like or dislike, or where you place it on the list, please let me know in the comment section, but also please be civil. Also, if you liked this video, why not like, share, and why not subscribe? We're only 200 subs away from 3k. Wicked, finally. So with that out of the way, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to stay random.